Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a beautiful little halo eye right here, this eye right here, for you guys using the new, or I mean, I guess it ain't new no more, the latest drop from Natasha Denona, her bronze palette. I did pick this up when it was first released, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did go back and forth with myself on if I wanted this palette, simply because I didn't know if I would like it once I seen it in person. I know a lot of people say like, oh, we already own those colors in our collection, or you have those colors somewhere in your collection, or blah, 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 blah. If you own this Natasha Denona palette, then you don't need this one. Well, yeah, whatever. That could be true, could not be true. My personal opinion is I see shadows differently, so undertones are different. So I might have a similar shadow, but it may not be the one that I want that's in that particular palette. So with that being said, I did go ahead and pick up the Natasha Denona Bronze palette, and it looks like so. I actually think this is a beautiful color story. Call me basic if you want, but if you looked at my videos, I do some colorful looks. I just enjoy a good neutral palette. This is a good all year round palette. It has a deep brown in here. It has like actual brow bone highlight that actually works for me. And I do enjoy all the shimmer shades that are in here. This is not my first time using this palette. I've played with it a few times since getting it, and I do really enjoy it. It retails for $65, and you can obviously pick it up on the Sephora website where you can find all of her products. I do believe, oh my God, I need to stay still. I'm spinning myself around in my chair and I can, okay. I do believe, seriously? I do believe that she dropped another face palette with this bronze collection. I don't own any of her face palettes because I really have a hard time using those kind of palettes. I only rarely so often reach for my Juvia's Place blush palettes. Otherwise, I don't own any other face palettes besides those. But I am glad I picked this up. I do really like this color story. I like how warm it is. I do like how rich the shimmers are. Compared to the Metropolis palette, I do believe that the shadows perform very well. So if you are interested in this palette and how I got this eye look, then just keep watching. All right, y'all, so I already did this eye because I wasn't entirely sure what kind of eye look I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to do like a halo or what have you. So this is what we got. It feels weird when I'm like my eyes closed. I know this one isn't done. So anyway, we're just gonna move on to the next eye. I'm taking a strip off of my shadow shield to help with the angle of things. You don't have to do this. I just like to do it from time to time. It makes me feel better. And then I'm going in with my ABH eye primer. This is the first time I'm actually using this, and I bought it in a little travel size. What is this? Yeah, it's like a little travel size one, so it's only like 13 bucks. And I'm not too sure if I actually like it. I've been using my P. Louise base for so long, and I've gotten so used to how that performs that I don't know. So I'm going to continue using this because it's on this eye. So in order to make sure everything turns out the same, I'm going to do that. The first shade that I'm going into is Sundown. Is it Sundown? Yep, it's Sundown. So it's this kind of taupey orange shade right here, and I'm just going to blend that upward into my brows. This is a super easy eye to literally maybe like I use 3 brushes, so super, super easy. And then I'm taking a smaller pencil brush and I'm going in to Deep Dive, which is the darkest shade in the palette. It's almost like an eggplant, like purpley black kind of shade. So I'm going to start creating my halo. I'm just taking small circular motions and just kind of working my way up, buffing the color out. I'm doing the same thing in my inner corner. And as you can see, Deep Dive is really nice and pigmented, so it doesn't really take a lot of work to get the color to show up. I'm just going back into Sundown with the same fluffy blending brush, and I'm just kind of buffing out the edges so that they blend upward nice and neat. All right, and now for the center shade, I'm taking Gloaming. I think that's how it's pronounced. And I'm just taking a small shader brush and I'm just patting that right into the center of my eye in that open space. And then I'm gonna go into Silk, which is right here. I'm just gonna pack that on top of Gloaming. And then I'm just gonna take my small pencil brush again, and I'm just gonna, not picking up any extra product, I'm just gonna buff. And if y'all hear music, I do have my windows open because it's actually pretty breezy outside, so I do apologize for that. My neighbors are just enjoying the weather. So now I'm just gonna go in with my liner. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my NYX, what is this? Is this the matte one? This is the matte liquid liner, and I'm gonna go and draw my wing. And I only use that to draw my wing on. I don't actually use that to complete the rest of my liner. I go in with my Melt black gel liner. This is the Immortal is the shade. This is from their holiday collection, last year's holiday collection. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that up. Okay. So liner is on, and before I even take my shadow shield off, I'm actually going to take a dab of my primer just on the back of my hand. This is some watery stuff. The P. Louise base is so much thicker, and this is very like watery in consistency, which I don't know if I like. And I'm just gonna go into Deep Dive and just add that underneath my waterline. Whenever I do my waterline, it always looks messy until I go in and like clean it up with concealer and such. So just a disclaimer, I never actually try to be neat when I'm doing my waterline. Does anybody still listen to mixtapes anymore? Random. I feel like it's always the older generation that has like a mixtape where it's like you go to Tupac and then all of a sudden you listen to Escape. Like How We Get Here. I love it though, it's so funny. All right, just like that. Yes, looks kind of raccoonish, but it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my lashes. God, I've used these so many times. These are my Ardell lashes, $2.59. I use them and clean them. I've cleaned them maybe like 5 times and they still pristine. So I'm just gonna pop my lashes on really quick and I'll be right back. So I got my lashes on. I just went ahead and did my mascara and my waterline. The color that's in my waterline is this LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner, and it's in the color Fresh. It's just a nice little teal blue, little pop of color, you know what I'm saying? Add a little spice into your life. So anyway, we're gonna move on to the face. So I'm taking my Mercier Blurring Primer. So just blend that in. I know she has a new loose powder. It's the shade Honey. I kind of want to buy it. I have no reason for it, but I kind of want to buy it just to try it out, but I truly have no reason for it. So I'm just going to take a loose setting powder that is close to my complexion and just kind of dab that on. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and do a little color correcting, especially right in here. And I'm taking my Kevyn Essential Skin Enhancer, and this is in the shade 14, XF14. And now I can't find the brush that I want to use. That's fine, just grab another one. All right, and a little of this does go a very long way. So if you do have this, you know, use sparingly. So the foundation I'm using today is this Uoma Beauty foundation. This is in the shade Brown Sugar T4N. So I've used this before and it was like really orange on me, but I used it while I was pregnant and my skin tone at the time was just a tad bit darker than what my actual like complexion shade is. So I'm gonna try it again. I also did order another one of these in a different shade. I think it's the neutral shade. This is neutral. Oh, this, I forgot. Because the caps is not the brown sugar one though. That's all I know. So when I get it, I'm pretty sure I'll be using it on camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and just squirt out some pumps. I do remember this being liquidy. So I don't think I need a lot. I think that was my issue too. I used a lot of it, like probably more than what was needed. I'm just gonna get my Real Techniques brush and I don't know if you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Let me zoom out some more. And I'm just gonna go right in. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, that's ooh, yeah, that's still super orange. That's okay, I'm going to commit because it's already on my face. I can fix this. I can fix this. Because my Ulta does not carry this brand in store, I can't even really decipher which shade would be my best match because I can't go in and test and sample and you know, like swatch compare. So it is truly a toss up, but like I said, you know, this is nothing new to me. Funny part is it kind of reminds me of when I first started wearing makeup, and the first foundation I bought was that Revlon, what was it, like Photo Ready foundation, and it was so orange on me. But at the time, I really thought I was doing something, not knowing that I was looking like a Oompa Loompa. But yeah, we're gonna commit to this. I'm not gonna take it off. We're gonna commit. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ShapeTape and deep, and I'm going to just slather that on. Somebody is legit calling someone from their phone, like their phone is hooked up to their car and you can hear it. That's an old person. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with one more concealer. This is a Colourpop concealer in Dark 46. I used to use this all the time. And then I stopped. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my RCMA No Color Powder. And I'm going to set my concealer. I would go in and like cream contour, but I kind of don't feel like it. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go in and take a bronzer. And this is the Benefit bronzer, Hoola bronzer in Toasted. Always, I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix powder and NW48 to set the rest of my face. All right, on to blush. I'm gonna take my JUVIA'S Place Sahara, this is volume 1 palette, and I'm going in with Neo. Face. So this is the Boscia Rose Water and Witch Hazel Mist. Now I'm going to take my favorite highlighter in Privilege and go ahead and just slather this on. All right, so I already went ahead and lined my lips because I'm not going to tell you what brand of lip liner that I'm using because it's no longer a friend of mine. So I'm going to take YSL lipstick, and this is in the shade 11. I want to say this is Rose something, but it's one of their slim matte lipsticks. And it smells like candy. And then right on top of that, I'm taking MAC's Yash. To kind of tone it down a little bit. And then on top of that, I'm gonna take Dose of Colors on Repeat. And that is it, guys. There's the final look. All right, guys, so now that the look is done, let's just discuss this palette really quick. I really like this palette. I did say in my previous video that I was able to get it for 40 bucks because I had a gift card. And I was kind of eyeballing it. I really do enjoy this palette. I only own one other palette, and that is the Metropolis palette. And let me just go ahead and give you guys a side by side. So here's the bronze palette, here's the Metropolis palette. This is one of her more expensive palettes. This one is $129, and the bronze palette is only $65. So if you are not looking to spend that much on a palette, I mean, if you own a Pat McGrath palette, you can kind of justify spending $129 on this. But Pat McGrath is a whole nother caliber of shadow, so we're not even gonna go there. Anyway, back to Natasha Denona. I really do enjoy this palette. I like the color story. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, we already own those colors, or oh, that's, you know, so basic, blah, blah, blah. And I get it. But my whole thing is like, I see undertones, I can kind of see how the shades are going to pick up on me, and this to me is a good everyday all year round palette. You know how some people say like, oh, it's a good summer palette or a good winter palette or fall palette. This is like all year round. All year round you can pull looks with this palette. So I really do like this palette. I feel like I can use it for an everyday look. I feel like it's compatible with other palettes. If you know anything about the Metropolis palette, which I do thoroughly enjoy, you can, just like the Metropolis, I can do the same thing with the bronze palette where I can layer shades on top of each other to get different effects, different looks. And I thoroughly enjoy that. And it wasn't as expensive as the Metropolis palette. Even though I do use this palette a lot, I feel like this is going to be in heavy rotation as well. So if you were pondering the thoughts of picking this up, or you don't own any Natasha Denona palettes and you're trying to decide which one to get, I would definitely recommend this one or the Metropolis palette. I like those two. I have seen all of her other palettes, and none of them really stood out to me but the Metropolis palette and now this one. So I would recommend trying one out if you want to start at a lower price point. $65 is a good start. But yeah, I really do like this palette. I like how my eye look came out. The shadows performed well. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I rambled on, I am sorry. I really hope I got my point across, because sometimes I feel like I don't. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.